So, keeping up with the theme of more fun bonus episodes, I want to know your starting lineups for the Montreal Canadiens in the decade of the 2000s with the Montreal Canadiens. We've done the 2010s, we did the 1990s, but we have not done the Saku Koivu era. And I'm pretty sure, just like on some of the other ones, there's like an easy guy you put there. Like Carey Price is obviously there in the 2010s. Patrick Waugh was obviously there in the 1990s. I'd be very surprised if Saku Koivu wasn't on any of our starting lineups. The goaltending might be a little different, but I think it's pretty clear cut that Saku Koivu should be the center on everyone's list, right?
Well, I've got Theodore in net. I was around coaching at the time. He was obviously outstanding. He had a good go of it. And then my two favorite guys on the blue line were Sheldon Surrey and Craig Rivet. Two guys that Sheldon did really well offensively. Craig Rivet, a solid guy, didn't make too many mistakes. And then up front on the left side, I had Coach Killer Kovalev. Doing his thing, which used to make us scratch our heads behind the bench a number of nights. But anyways, he delivered. Koivu, and then a nice guy from down east, Michael Ryder, that just seemed to find a way to score each and every night. So those would be my top.
Coach Killer Kovalev, you're not salty at all.
I'm sure Rick's not the only former coach who would describe Kovalev that way.
Oh, no.
I remember it was Gainey, I think, who took Kovalev for the walk in Old Montreal, if I'm not mistaken. Or was it Carbon? It was one of them. I remember that story. I'm gonna go along with Rick. José Theodore in goal. He's got to wear the toque though on his mask.
Yeah.
2001-02, the Hart Trophy winner and the Vezina Trophy winner in goal. On defense, I'm with Rick also. Sheldon Surrey. I remember that big blast from the point. I remember that he might have been the last guy in the NHL to wear the old Paul Henderson CCM helmet. And, he used to wear it right down to his eyeballs, which was pretty cool. Beside him, I'm going to put Andrei Markov, who was on the last fantasy team that we did, which just shows you how good he was for so long. And again, makes it just even more of a shame that Jeff Molson and Marc Bergevin didn't allow Andrei Markov to finish his career with the Canadiens. It's a whole other story, but that should have happened. He should have been allowed to finish his career with the Canadiens. Up front, Koivu at center. And put Max Pacioretty on left wing.
Oh, okay.
And Kovalev, the coach killer, on right wing. My three sort of bonus players I'm going to put in there. Doug Gilmour. Okay. Remember Doug Gilmour? People forget Doug Gilmour actually played for the Canadiens. Remember him smashing the glass in the penalty box when he slammed it?
It's the only thing I remember of Doug Gilmour as a Montreal Canadian. That's the only thing worth remembering.
Steve Bégin, who I loved. I love the way Steve Bégin played hockey. He busted his butt every shift he was out there. And I'll throw a third name out there, Matthew Darche, because he might be the next GM of the Canadiens. Why not?
Jess, I'd love to hear your names.
So no surprise here, José Theodore in goal. I do have Saku Koivu, but I had him last week because he played on this team in the 90s, so I have him back at center with Chris Higgins and Coach Killer Alex Kovalev. And
he deserves better than that. Sorry, go ahead.
And on defense, I've got Mike Komisarek and Andrei Markov. And Mike Komisarek can thank Andrei Markov. I hope he's thanking him a lot for the deal that he's able to give him with the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Mm-hmm. My favorite Alex Kovalev moment, Rick, I don't know, were you still coaching? Was when he ran over Darcy Tucker. Remember that? He's basically
that's an infamous moment in Canadiens 2000s history.
Yeah, he just ran over Darcy Tucker and blew him up. It might have been one of the
former Darcy Tucker, mind you,
one of the few body checks Alex Kovalev probably ever threw. I remember Coach Killer. Remember it was Mike Keenan, I think, with the Rangers when Kovalev shifts were too long, and Keenan had enough, so he left him out for like a 6-minute shift. Kovalev kept coming back to the bench, and he just said, no, you want to stay out there, stay out there. And then he went and scored at the end of the shift. So it was like, that sort of describes Alex Kovalev perfectly.
Yeah, I remember Kovalev one game coaching with Claude, and Kovalev was out there, and of course he had this knack of never wanting to pass the puck. So he ended up, and of course Claude tried to promote team game, and Kovalev went out and he beat the same guy like 6 times in circles, which he's good at. And then Claude came in between periods and he goes, do you think I should say something about it? And I said,
No.
good luck on that one. You know he's the coach killer.
Oh, man. I did not know Alex Kovalev had earned this reputation for himself. He was arguably the most skilled player the Canadiens had seen in that decade, if not the most skilled player they had seen. Why do you think people lost their minds when they saw Kovalchuk? It was a guy they hadn't seen since Alexei Kovalev. Yeah, but
the enigma. That was everybody. Yes. The enigma. That was Kovalev's nickname.
Yes, the enigmatic Alex Kovalev, part of our respective 2000s lists. You can write in the comments section who you think deserves to be there. Jess, I don't think you mentioned your goalie, but I think José Theodore is probably yours.
Yes, yeah, I picked him.
That's what I figured. In any case, just write down whoever you think should be your starting lineup for the Montreal Canadiens of the 2000s era. Come back to next week when maybe we go through the 80s, the 60s, 40s. Maybe you have to find a way who's playing with Howie Morenz on one of these things, and also
Rick on my 1980s team.
Yeah, okay. Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit. No, I'm playing. Write in the comment section for that, and also subscribe to Hockey Inside Out on YouTube, and subscribe to the Hockey Inside Out newsletter, and of course, check hockeyinsideout.com for full episodes.